So we got some parts in. Nothing crazy. New air cleaner because it needed one bad. That's not good. That's trans fluid. Thankfully, we got the parts. We got a pan, we got a gasket, we have tail shaft seal, which that's not even what's leaking. Valve cover gaskets, and then we have this, which this is dipstick tube seal, just leaking, I think. I'm pretty sure. But right now, we're gonna focus on the more important stuff. Taking these off, putting these on. These are 28 by 9 by 15 Hoosier drag slicks. On our way to Harbor Freight, that dipstick tube seal that I ordered was right, but it's not for that dipstick tube. So I'm gonna go get an assortment of O-rings from Harbor Freight and hope that I can get one to work. But I'm also gonna put that pan on today, which means I should probably get some ATF. I think that's the plan. I'm gonna get some ATF, I'll get that pan on, the air cleaner's already on. I'm gonna try to stop that leak today. Yeah, I think that's the plan. We're in the shop. What I'm gonna do is, we got the Hoosiers on. It looks good. It looks really good. But what we're gonna do, as I was saying, is I'm gonna clean up these tires and then I'm gonna repaint the white lettering so it looks a lot better because the old Hoosier logos look a little old. But took her for a drive last night. She did pretty good. A lot better. Then after we do that, get the Hoosier logos looking good, we are gonna throw it up into the air. I got some O-rings from Harbor Freight, and we're gonna see if we can spiffy it up a little bit. Get that leak fixed, hopefully. Or I'm gonna try, and then we're gonna get that trans pan on since I have it. All right, I think I got the trans to stop leaking. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure it stopped leaking, which is amazing. And I got the dipstick tube mounted to the firewall. It's just self-tapper. Nothing really else I could do. Which is great. I'm hoping I got that leak fixed, but now we're gonna drop the pan. I'm gonna save all the fluid. You know, I thought about changing it, which I'll use most of this jug over here, but I think I'm gonna use a little bit of the old fluid. The old fluid's new, but still, I'm gonna drop this pan and then change the fluid, put the new pan on, and one day we'll change the tail shaft bushing, which I have over there. But then after that, we're taking the valve covers off and we're polishing them, and we're gonna put the new valve cover shields in. I had to make some trimming on the new pan because the last person, they just stacked a shit ton of washers. But because the shift linkage on the ratchet shifter was in the way of the chamfered part of the pan, so I just cut that part of the pan off, and we're gonna see if it works. No mess at all. I didn't make a mess. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, here's the new trans pan. She looks pretty good. I just gotta clean her off. That's probably good. And now, yeah, new seal on there, whatnot. Clean up a little bit of the mess that I can. Fill her up, call her good. So, I got bored and added that battery switch. It's located down here. You have to use a key. I haven't done it yet. The fan is supposedly on, so when I click it, yep. So, battery cutoff switch, and this is your key. Yes. Trans leaking just the tiniest little bit. It's not dumping fluid anymore, thankfully. It could be a little over full too. Not too worried about it. That's how I look at it. So now I know if this thing ever goes missing or gets stolen, it's one of y'all. O-ring set for today. Worked amazingly, did its job. There's a trans leak at the trans cooler I need to fix, and that's why I got these hose clamps. Sounds like a problem for another night. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna clean up in here because it is nasty. But project's coming along pretty damn good if you ask me. I didn't polish the valve covers tonight. It's about 8:30. I'm gonna go do some homework that I need to do, I guess. Poured an entire can of seafoam down the carb, and we gained 5 psi of oil pressure. I don't know, but she smoked up the entire shop. It was nasty in here for about 15 minutes because these things will choke down. And I poured, it was a large can, big can. Poured it down the carb, and then I poured the rest into the fuel cell back here. Which one day we're fixing these lines. They're ugly, very ugly. Whoever did this, they bent them wrong. They didn't use a tube bender, they just bent them by hand, I'm guessing. But it's a problem for another day, not today. Still need to paint this. Might do that tonight. I might paint this tonight. So all I have to do is tape it off. Because I can't disconnect it from the tank, I don't think. But other than that, truck's looking good. I'm gonna paint this lettering one day. I don't know if I want to paint it yellow or white. I feel like yellow would pop, but problem for another night. I'm done. Hood is off. Yeah, I kind of like the look of the no hood, to be honest. But I don't think we're gonna run no hood. But today I think we're gonna attempt to tackle this. Keyword attempt. I don't know much though. Let's just say that. I don't really know what I'm doing. Lost my safety glasses. So we're stuck with this. But I'm going to show you the progress so far we've made on the hood. I just got to do a little sanding. And then we prep for primer and then we paint. This is all smooth. This just needs to be sanded. This is ready. This needs to be sanded. This needs a little touch up. This needs to be sanded. All that's done. I messed up a little bit there, but it's okay. All this is fiberglass to refix. This is fiberglass and fix. This is fiberglass and fix. We got a little more support now, but I mean, it still rattles a little bit. But other than that, after we sand, she's ready for primer. And then once we do the primer, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm not worried about painting it. Still gotta do some sanding and whatnots. But she's looking pretty good. She's not cracked. She's not fucked up. This is fixed too. It looks pretty good. Basically, she's ready for primer. That's how I'm going. Whew. Show y'all real quick. After all the sandings and whatnots, it's not perfect. This hood's all messed up anyway. I'm not too worried. I guess this hood was red at one point. But it looks pretty good from about 200 feet away. But once I primer it, and then one day I'll paint it black. But for now, she's smooth-ish. Might be a little cursed because I had to use 2 different cans of primer. But I'll get some tomorrow and we'll redo it. But for what it is, for a first layer of primer, and then I'm going to sand it, and then I'll hit it again. Not too bad, other than some spider cracks, which it'll be fine. It will be fine. This is what our list is looking like. Looking pretty good. We got air cleaner. I don't know what the rest of that says. We don't have too much to do. Wiring, we'll probably do that next. Polish valve covers. I'm doing the hood right now. Wiring will probably be next. That's supposed to be on the way. I don't know about that one yet. That's an easy one. That's a confusing one. Floor mats, that's just an accessory. We're not worried about that. Rust repair, we did part of it. Seat harnesses, we'll do that at some point. I have the stuff to do the tail shaft. We wet sanded, we polished. Now we just need to coat it, call it good. Passenger floor, that's part of the rust repair. Organizing, which is just like wiring and whatnot. Seat belt, it's not driving right now. Fire extinguisher. It looks pretty good with no hood. I do have to say that. The intake sits just perfect height for this air cleaner. Other than the air cleaner's like popped out just a little bit. It'll be fine. You get it. But it looks pretty good. Well, I went back through, fixed all the spider cracks. Made it look a little bit better. Letting the primer set for now. But yeah, all these spider cracks are fixed. It's a little ripply in there, but we don't really care. Not built for perfection, but it looks better without all the spider cracks. This is what the valve covers look like. They are nasty and grimy. I started sanding on this one a little bit with Scotch-Brite. This one's looking a lot better. I still need to polish it, but a lot better. Intermission, we have Max's piece of shit, fucking 3rd gen, you know. We're gonna do a little tour of this thing. Dent there on the front fender. Cab corner's missing. Ooh, crunchy.
They are found there. That's locked, bitch. Stay out of my truck. While I clean my fucking mess up.
Had to unlock the door. What else? What else? Yeah. Back at that. Tail light. Brand new tail light though doesn't work.
No, it's the wire.
Back here. Crunchy. You know. More whatnots.
Oh fuck, I need my lungs water, brother. Hey,
Oh.
you're picking at it.
Quit. Hey, that one's good.
Yeah, this cab corner scraped my window. I'm fine with the fuck my feet on.
Well, after we fucked up the hood, I decided we're just gonna strip the paint completely. So we put paint stripper on it and we're gonna let it sit overnight. Oh, I love it. Gotta love it. We're still leaking trans fluid. The new trans pan gasket is junk. She's looking pretty up here though. Got some stuff to tidy up, some wiring. Gauges came in. We got a sticker. The gauges came in. The Hoosiers are Hoosierin'. And I have a fuel sending unit to put in. But we're gonna clean up somewhere and throw this sticker on. Might get rid of that comp cam sticker. We're gonna clean up all this goo though. Cleaned up all that stickering. Got the Snapchat plugged now. But I think we might go for that. I'm not sure yet. This needs to be painted at some point. Got our gauges in. This is our gauge plate. We're gonna map this out and see how we're gonna cut it out. This is our dash. We cut out all the holes, everything's mounted. I think I'm gonna have to use the old pressure gauge. Not 100% because that's electronic. This is a manual oil pressure gauge. It has an oil line that runs up to the gauge. That's why it's wrapped, because it's leaking. Unless that sensor works, it fits. Then, anyway, now if that oil pressure sensor works into this motor, then we'll run it. But if it doesn't, we're gonna have to use that old gauge and put it there. It won't match, but it's okay. We'll have oil pressures. But that's what the gauge cluster looks like is now. I gotta do some trimming on this side so it fits right, but that's it. That looks like a success to me. Our tack works, which is great. Don't know about our speedometer yet. The temp gauge, I'm pretty dumb. I messed it up. Our oil pressure gauge works because it's the old one. Voltage gauge works, and I still haven't done the fuel. But once I do that, we'll be good. And we'll have everything done in the interior. But it looks good. It looks a lot better. We have gauges. Sticker looks good. Window looks good. The hood is setting right now. I need to go get some more stripper. But it's doing better. A lot better now. Yeah, as you can tell, I've stripped a good amount of paint off it already. A lot of it I pressure washed off outside. But I think we're gonna call it quits for the night. Other than that, truck looks good. The temp gauge, I have to figure out. I accidentally cut the old, like a mechanical temp gauge. And this is not the right size. So we have to find a fitting for that size. I'll do that tomorrow. That's not like a tomorrow problem. But we have oil pressure, and then tomorrow I'll see if the GPS speedometer works. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do there. So after fighting around at the hardware store and leaking coolant everywhere and making a huge mess and, you know, typical, we figured out the temp gauge, I think. Should tap right there into the side of the block. Easy as that. And then this is, the red's your signal, the black is your ground. Pretty simple. We'll run that through the cab, hook that red up to our gauge, and then we should have a temp gauge. We should, if I'm right. But I'm gonna do that here in a bit. Well, it's Thanksgiving. I'm here tinkering on the truck. Today, I'm gonna get the shop cleaned up because the shop's a mess, you know. Gonna get the shop cleaned up, and then the big thing, heat just shut off. The big thing we're gonna tackle is all the wiring today. I'm gonna get the dash wiring cleaned up. I'm gonna get all this wiring. after a very long time of wiring and fighting all this, we got all these beautiful wires well put together and organized and whatnots, and now we just gotta put everything in there, figure everything out, basically. Well, I took that's supposed to be the fuel sending unit. It's that rusty hunk of junk. If you look in there, it's full of gunk and whatnot. I gave myself the bright idea that I'm gonna pull this tank and I'm gonna clean it out and I'm gonna make it nice. I'm probably gonna polish it up or something, who knows. I'm gonna paint this cap. This cap needs to be painted. But I'm gonna pull this tank, which I'm not excited for. But the wiring in the dash is almost done. We need a wire. The tack is wired. The only thing that needs to be wired now is the temp gauge, which won't be hard, and the fuel sending unit. I got the Hangover 3 playing. Anyway, here's our fuel cell. Backside's a little dirty. But as I noticed, we have a little rust there, which that's actually an easy fix. I can just make a patch panel and just real quick and make it look spiffy. This, we can figure out what to do here. I don't know, you probably can't see in there. There's a bunch of junk and gunk and dirt and who knows. I don't know how I'm gonna clean it. I haven't looked at this thing at all. I'm pretty sure I'm high. There's about 7 gallons of gas in that. It is disgusting. There's a little bit of ATF in there. That's why it's red, but it's nasty. It's pretty dirty in there. Also, it works out because I can clean that up and make it look spiffy, which means the truck will look better. More horsepower. I'm gonna clean the inside of this out, maybe vacuum it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that gas. What the heck is it? Oh, it's a stink bug. But, yeah, there's gunk over there. But honestly, it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna sand it. Sand this entire thing. Yeah, I'll make it look good. Okay. Dash is wired up. It's organized. It looked good back there. Everything's done. The interior is done, other than the seats, the passenger side floorboard. It is done that I know of. I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks better than it did when it had nothing at all. There was just holes and a few floating gauges. But now, looks good. Switch panel, gauges, shifter. I'm making the shifter cover right now. It's over on the bench. But I'll worry about that tomorrow. It looks good how it is. I like it. The gauges work that I know of. I know voltage gauge. I don't know if my mile an hour. I know my tack works. Temp should work now. It's hooked up. Fuel gauge. The cell's over there on the ground. My oil pressure gauge works. That's all I'm worried about.